Hello, beautiful people of the world. My name is Titilayo. If this is your first time seeing me on your screen or stopping by on my channel, it is very nice to meet you. You are welcome. If this is not your first time, welcome, welcome, welcome back. Today's video is going to be a sultry, very glam Valentine's Day look. And if you'd like to see how I achieved this, then please make sure to keep on watching. I'm going to start from the very beginning in this video. I'm showing you guys how I apply my facial mask, and this is a makeup mask, and I'm just going to apply this on my face, and I left it on for about 5 minutes. She said that we met at the movies, and she said that she's friends with the homies. Now after 5 minutes, I took that off and I went ahead and rinsed it off as the directions stated, and this was my first time using this particular mask and it made me feel so giddy and so good. I'm going with my moisturizer from Clinique, and this is the Oil Control Moisturizer, and I just applied that over my face as well as on my neck. For my primer today, I'm actually taking this e.l.f. Poreless Putty Primer. I'm going to put the actual name on the screen, and I'm just applying this to my T-zone area. And then I'm going in with this jelly, which is like a highlighter jelly, also from the e.l.f. kit that I got, and I'm just applying this to the highest points of my cheeks, and I'm just trying to preserve the highlight of that area and just make it shiny throughout. And I felt like this worked actually really good. And now I'm going to go in with my foundation for the day. I'm going in with the Urban Decay Stay Naked foundation, and I tried to use this foundation and my beauty blender because I wanted to get a very, very, very sheer coverage, and I think I really achieved that with this one. For my concealer today, I'm going in with my MAC Pro Longwear Concealer in the shade NW45, and I'm just taking this on the areas that I usually highlight. That's underneath my eyes, on top of my cupid's bow, my chin, the bridge of my nose, as well as my forehead. And I'm just applying this and leaving it to dry for a little while. I do want to apologize. I just noticed while I was editing the video that most of my close-up shots for the products were not in focus. I do apologize about that, but I will leave the names down in the description bar where I usually leave them in case you wanted to reference them. So I'm just taking my foundation, the dark foundation, and applying this to the areas I usually contour. And then I went in with this brush, this angled brush, and I'm just trying to kind of blend that out. So I did a heavier contour than I would usually do because, it's a Valentine's Day look. You want to look snatched. You feel me? Once I was done, I actually went on to blend the concealer for my highlights as well. She said that we met at the movies, and she said that she's friends with the homies. Touring every day is the way that I believe. Fine girls wanna rain on parade. All these girls wanna come out and Shawty wanna roll with me. Shawty wanna roll with me. Shawty wanna roll. Shawty wanna roll. Shawty wanna roll with me. Shawty wanna roll with me. Shawty wanna roll. Shawty wanna roll. So as usual, I leave the bottom of my eyes last to blend just so I can immediately set it with the powder before it starts creasing. So once I blended that out, I set it with a setting powder that I picked up from Nigeria. I just really like the color of the setting powder, and I wasn't really trying to bake at this point. So I just applied that with a brush and pressed that into my skin. So I also used the same brush and kind of set the concealer in the different areas of my face that I just highlighted. And I used a smaller brush for my nose just because I really wanted to keep
the slimness, just like the contour. I really wanted it to be there. And then I went over with my all over setting powder for my face, which is from Sephora, and I just used that to set my entire face, including my contour, because I didn't decide to use like an actual contour shade because I didn't want a really harsh contour. I already used a lot of foundation, so I just decided to set that with my face powder. Going in with my blush, I'm taking my absolute favorite brush of all time, and this is my MAC Raisin blush, and I just applied that to my cheeks. I decided to do my brows in a different way today. I felt like it really turned out nicely. I first of all went with the Haga and Esther pomade from Nigeria, and I used that to kind of give my brows an outline, if that makes any sense. But yes, I just went first of all with that pomade and kind of drew an outline for my brows.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And then I went in with my brow pencil, which is the Davis 003 pencil, again from Nigeria. And I just used that to kind of fill in the sparse areas of that outline. And to clean up my brows, I actually went in with a lighter concealer than I used underneath my eyes first. And I just took this from about 2/3 of the way in. And then for the actual outer part of my brows, I did use the MAC Pro Longwear Concealer in NW45. And then I decided to blend it all out. I think like this actually turned out really well. I probably would be doing my brows this way going forward, but I really liked the way it turned out. And then to kind of set it in place, I went with this CoverGirl brow gel, and I just used that to brush the hairs into place just so they stay. They stay, guys, just so they stay. For my actual eyelids, I took that lighter concealer again, and I just used this to kind of prep my eye for the eyeshadow, so it served as an eyeshadow base, and then I blended it out really well. So I decided to keep the look for today really simple, and I just stuck to the one palette, which is the Jackie Aina and Anastasia Beverly Hills palette that released sometime last year. And I'm first of all going in with this pink shade here called Supreme, and I'm just kind of working that into my crease, and this is going to serve as my transition color. So I kept on patting and blending until I was good with the consistency, and then I went in with Pinker as well as Big Wigs, which is a dark pink as well as a purple shade, and I kind of mixed those two together and applied that into my crease. And it was at that point while I was blending that I noticed that I messed up because I was getting a lot of fallout, so I decided to add some powder underneath my eyes. So then to kind of further deepen the crease color, I tried to go in with edges, and at first I was satisfied, but you'll see later on after I cut my crease that I actually did go in with a black just to make sure it was really dark, because I don't think edges made it as dark as I wanted. You get me? So then I went in and cut my crease, and I applied the shade Solil to my mobile lid. And yo, I feel like this look is such an amazing soft look, but it still involves color, which makes it, perfect. So this was me applying the black shade just to kind of deepen that color in my crease a lot more. I also dragged that black shade down to my lower lash line and blended it out again with Pinker and Big Wig. So at the end of the day, I did go in and apply some glitter underneath my eye as well. That was sort of an impromptu thing, so I didn't really shoot that on camera. I also applied my lashes as well as my liner off camera, and my lashes are from AliExpress. I'm taking this brown pencil from Annabelle and just using that to line my lips very generously, because y'all don't want to be clockable on Valentine's Day, if you get what I mean. You get what I mean. going in with this clear gloss from the e.l.f. kit that I got, and I'm just applying this to my lips, and I absolutely love this gloss. It has a little bit of a beige tint to it, but then it's also clear, and I just applied this all over my lips, even on top of the liner itself. And for my highlighter today, because y'all didn't really think I was gonna do a Valentine's Day look and not highlight, I went with my big bronzer from Milani, and this is in the shade Solil, and I absolutely love how subtle this highlighter is. I applied this to the highest points of my face, as well as my forehead and the bridge of my nose, and I also applied this to my inner tear duct just to kind of, bring the whole look, the whole eye look together. Kind of top that up, I went in with my Candid Glow by Younger Beauty in the shade Porkish, and I just applied that by kind of tapping it on the highlighter and blending it out in circular motions. And I applied that again to the highest points of my face and also to my inner tear duct area, just to really brighten up the look. So I went down and sprayed this mug with my setting spray from Rimmel London, as well as my Huda Beauty setting spray, just to keep it on all night, you feel me? And y'all, this is the finished look. Like, see fine girl, see fine girl. Hey, Valentine is coming. Valentine is coming. Are you a fine girl? Thank you guys so much for watching this video. I hope you learned something, and if you do replicate this look for Valentine's Day, please make sure to let me know in the comment section. And I hope you all have a wonderful Valentine's Day with your boo, with your girls, with yourself, however you decide to spend it. I wish you a wonderful Valentine's Day, and I'll see you all in my next video, God willing. Bye bye.